thinking along this line was the moon. The moon is covered with craters. The secular scientists believe that roughly 2 billion years ago, there was something called the heavy bombardment of the moon, these huge meteors and crashing into the moon and leaving those big dark blotches that we call the seas that form the man in the moon when we look at the moon. And of course, many smaller craters. And the Earth would have shared that catastrophic history. But where in Earth's history could you put it? It wouldn't have happened during the early days of before the flood, because that would have been a catastrophe all by itself. It's nothing like that has happened since the flood. We do have the occasional meteorite that falls, but nothing like the size that we see on the moon. So I believe that this heavy bombardment of the moon, which to be sure was less than 6,000 years ago, we know that, that the Earth shared that same catastrophic history, and let's see, and that was the triggering mechanism that the Lord used to create the flood. Now, this is the Earth as it is now, and these dots on it are meteor strikes. I mean, we've got a lot of them. I've had a lot of them in recent history, but the one that generated the flood, precipitated the flood, was on a different order altogether. It was a huge strike. So let's look at and the Earth. Old age evolutionary scientists and creationists do agree on this. The Earth was once all one solid landmass. They call it Pangea. And after this asteroid strike or whatever the Lord used to precipitate the flood, that's what the Earth looked like before the flood, as the Lord created it. Then there was the breaking up of the fountains of the great deep and the flood waters, and it began to split up, break up into pieces. The pieces began to separate. Now, notice on the right, on the lower part of the picture, is one of the smaller pieces. We want to keep an eye on that because that's very significant. But you can already make out, I think, the form of Africa and South America and possibly Europe and Asia. They continue to separate. A little bit more recognizable now. That same shape that I showed you is moving north. And it's going to crash into the bottom part of the Asian slab, and it's today what we know as the country of India. When two